Blessings, family. Praises to the Most High Yah. Pray all is well with each one of you, Yah Royals. Honor given unto the Holy Spirit, which is wisdom, and acknowledging of our upcoming King. Family, I'm coming back on with another video. This is pertaining to Joshua, and one may call it Yeshua, coming from Zechariah 6. Okay. Starting at the 9th verse, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, take of them the captivity. Okay, even Heldadiah, Tobijah, and Jedaiah, which are come from Babylon, and come thou the same day, and go into the house of Josiah, the son of Zephaniah. Then take silver and gold, and make crowns, and set them upon the head of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest. And speak unto him, saying, thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, behold, the man whose name is the branch, and he shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord. Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon his throne, and he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the counsel of peace shall be between them both. Okay. And the crowns shall be to Helam, and to Tobijah, and to Jedaiah, and to Hen, the son of Zephaniah, for a memorial in the temple of the Lord. And they that are far off shall come and build in the temple of the Lord, and ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto you. And this shall come to pass, if ye will diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God. So I found this to be interesting, because I've seen, and through time, where I've seen the word Jesus also in Joshua is the same when you say Yeshua. Okay. One is coming from Greek, that said, and another is coming from, I think it's Aramaic. So what I'm going to do now is go to what we will call, what you can see, where, one say actually, come to this conclusion that the name Jesus, Yeshua, is basically, they consider that to be the same name. So let me give this a moment for it to come up. So again, I pray your day is going well. I've been in here just looking over some different leads, listening to different videos. Of course, you get leads. And another one is Elazar. That's another one that was considered a Messiah, but not the one, it's two different ones. And then in this case right here, it will be Joshua. We know Joshua brought the ones further out of the wilderness. What is going on with my computer? Out the wilderness, and led them into the promised land. But then there were another Joshua, and this is a different one. Because this one is coming back from Babylon. Okay, family, I don't know what's going on, but okay, it's coming up now. Okay. So, as you see here, some people just asking the question if they had the same name, and to be honest, This could be considered that where people may get this from about, Jesus, or saying, oh, Father put him on a throne. But we know that wasn't to be. Even the story in Matthew's, right? That he was just walking around the areas and speaking in regards of the way how they got it lined up from Matthew's, in Mark, in Luke, in John, right? Okay, so let's see here. I thought I had it already pulled up. Okay. All right, family. Sometimes when you already have it pre-planned, already up, then of course it goes away. So was Jesus' real name Yeshua or Joshua? And is there? So let's click in there and see what they're talking about. This coming from Newsweek. Let's see what they're talking about. Okay, so let's just to see what they're talking about. So it says here, and it asking the question, is there a right way to identify the Son of God? Though some believe Christmas is embodied by a jolly man in a red and white suit, others steer towards more religious roots. Okay, Jesus Christ is celebrated as the reason for the season for many Christians, but is that his actual name? Due to numerous translations, the Bible has undergone Jesus is the modern term for the Son of God. His original Hebrew name is Yeshua, which is short for Yeshua or Yahusha. It can be translated to Joshua. So, it's facts that this is, because I've heard it and I've seen it, but I didn't give it much thought. So let's move away from there. Just to see what they because it's actually, this is coming from the son, Joshua, the son of Josedek, right? And as we can see, it's in numerous places under the son of Joshua, the son. So we just came from Zechariah 6:11, and let's go to right here where it says, in the second year of Darius the king, in the 6th month, in the first day of the month, came the word of the Lord by Haggai the prophet, unto Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua the son of Josedek, the high priest. Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, this people say the time is not come, the time that the Lord's house should be built. Then came the word of the Lord by Haggai, that the prophet, saying, is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your Sael house, in the house lie waste? Now therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye not filled with drink. Ye clothe, but there is none warm. And he has earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Thus saith the Almighty of hosts, consider your ways. Go up to the mountain and bring wood and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, saith the Almighty. Ye looked for much, and lo, it came to little. And when ye brought it home, I did blow you upon it. Why, saith the Lord of hosts? Because of my house that is waste, and ye run every man unto his own house. Therefore the heavens over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit. And I called for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon new wine, and upon oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands. Then Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and the Joshua the son of Josedek, the high priest, with all the remnant of the people, obeyed the voice of the Lord their God, and the words of Haggai the prophet, as the Lord their God had sent him. And the people did fare before the Lord. Then spake Haggai the Lord's messenger in the Lord's message unto the people, saying, I am with you, saith the Lord, the Almighty. And the Almighty stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, and the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and the spirit of all the remnant of the people. And they came and did work in the house of the Lord of hosts, their God. And in the 24th day of the 6th month, in the 2nd year of Darius the king. Okay. Okay, so this is just a continuation of what Father was sharing, with them, and this, telling what Father's telling to put, Joshua will be on a throne, okay, to make him a crown, and those others that was named, they would actually, be in commemoration, so they would be of a celebration, right? But he would be the one on the throne. Okay, so let's go to, and instead of having Joshua, let's put Jesus' name there. I might need to take off the H at the end of Josedek. Josedek. So it's taking a while for it to come up. Okay, here it goes. Oop, no findings. Let me take the H off. And it's something how they are named to so many different variations, and it's so many people hands in it, right? Okay, it's still searching here. Still searching. There we go. So now this will put us like in the Apocrypha, because this app have all 15 books of the Apocrypha, and 3 others, which was Jubilee, Jasher, and I want to say Enoch. And then it has the rest of the books from the Bible. So let's go here. So as we see Jesus, so in the Apocrypha, it's named Jesus, the son of Josedek. Josedek. I'm sorry, family. Josedek. Okay. So first Ezra, let's just go there because everything is basically circling around this. It's right here where the 7th verse says, and these are they of Jewry that came up from the captivity, where they dwelt as strangers, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away unto Babylon. And is naming the different ones in the return that came with Zerubbabel, and then it has with Jesus here. You see that, and that would reference to me saying Joshua. Okay, let's see here. So let's start here. It says, after this, were the principal of men of the families chosen according to their tribes to go up with their wives and the sons and the daughters with their menservants and maidservants and their cattle. And Darius sent with them 1,000 horsemen till they had brought them back to Jerusalem safely, and with musical instruments and tabret and flutes. Okay. So still here we see that this is Jesus, the son of Josedek. So Josedek. Okay, so let's see here if anything else I want to point out here. So this will be the same person, surrounding the same time, coming from Babylon. Wanted to point that out there, and what Father, told unto them what to do on behalf of him, right? Okay, let's see if anything here. So people would, put, Joshua with Yeshua, and they're like, well, that is him. His name really is Joshua, but literally this was someone else. This was Joshua, as it is written in what we saw earlier. But the names, they say, is equivalent to each other. But this is not Jesus Christ, who one say that he died on the cross for our sins. Then it have here the priest, the son of Jedu, and the sons of Jesus among the sons of Sanasib, 972. So even it's saying here that Joshua, Jesus had children, and Jesus, we know that's not the same. So if anyone were to reference and say that this one here is the same, then I would say no, it's not. Okay. So that's First Ezra. This is First Ezra in 6 and 2. So let's go there. And again, it speaks of the Jesus here, but we know that's referring to Joshua, because this is doing the same timeline, speaking of them coming from Babylon, speaking of King Darius, which would have been the king from Persia, which would have been covering them, as far as ruling over them in that timeline. So this is the same person, family. The names just, one is Jesus, Yeshua, and the other one is Joshua, but they're all the same. This is the same person. So I just wanted to point that out in case someone had that question. But it's, very profound how the Most High, let me go back there. The Most High, let's see what it says in Ecclesiastic here. Okay. So he was the one to build the temple. It's just more proof here. This is the same person, because he was the one that Father instructed to build the holy temple. Now, what is beyond that? That's something I need to dig a little further, and maybe you all might can, have some understanding. But this is the same person. So he sat on the throne, and it showed here that Father said, it would be between the two, the priest and also, and I'll go back there before I close out. But I find this interesting here, 14. But upon the earth was no man created like, okay, Enoch, for he was taken from the earth. Okay. When I saw Enoch, I was like, what? Okay. All right. So we're going to go back to where Zechariah 6. Okay. And right here where Father's saying to make the said, then take silver and gold and make crowns and set them upon the head of Joshua, the son of said it. Why? Josedek. I'm going to get it right, family. The high priest. So, and I'm not editing, and I will put it out as this. I'm not perfect. Okay. The Most High knows me very well, and I pray and I give him all praises and honor and glory that, people sometimes are like, everything got to be laid out. Everything got to be perfect. But hey, I'm not perfect. I'm human, and I'm a child of the Most High, Yah. And if I needed to do it, I would, but I'm not led to. I feel as though y'all get my point. So I just wanted to come on and reiterate this, family, that and just in, reading through a lot of the scriptures and just looking at the New Testament and seeing, how we can say plagiarized from the old, but of course we would want that, because then that will make it, to some people who doubt the Old Testament, make it real to them. But in actuality, they weren't doing it from a good place in so many ways. So I won't be surprised if there are ones who will actually tackle the whole 12 or 13 books surrounding Paul, because it's a lot of things in there. Anything that is going to contradict the Most High, anything going to pull other people to be inclusive in our salvation when it comes to Father saving us from our enemies and making it seem like the whole world will be saved from their enemies, but they are our enemies and they will be saved with us but they the ones, are our enemies as well. You see, that doesn't make any sense. And so much of me studying Paul, the Romans and all, the other books that come with it, I'm able to go back into the Old Testament and see, because he does a lot of reference to the Old Testament, and you get a better understanding what he's talking about, right? Because a lot of people, even when it comes to John 3 and 16, that explains about two scriptures up in John 3 and 14 explain about the rod where the serpent was around, and how he's saying it will be lifted up, that all man will, come unto me. But that was, Father had used that to heal our forefathers for them cutting up, and he allowed the serpent to bite them, snakes and whatnot to bite them. And then Moses was led to by the Most High to put it up on like a rod, like on the staff, and the snake, they walked under it and they were healed. But then our forefathers started not like looking at the Most High power. They started looking at this, the snake healed us. And then they wanted to worship the snake. So it just a lot going on right there. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure we're coming out of idolatry. And the best thing for you to do, each person, to seek the Most High for yourself. Let him lead and guide you. Let him lead you to whatever video he wants you to watch. You say, well, the best thing to do is be a part of this and be a part of that, because we need to be in this lineup. If something happened, no, you want the Most High to speak to you, direct you, and guide you, and let him lead you where he wants you to go. Don't make no rash decisions and go nowhere, move nowhere to be among others. Don't do that until the Most High give you that leeway. If you're not seeking him and you're doing that on your own, I'm telling you, I would not. You want to be in a situation to hear his voice, like, when he told me to go to the left in this parking lot, and he sent 4 basically to me. If I wasn't obedient, I would be in the wrong area, right? When I went out looking for my trash can from days, the wind blew it, and I just stopped after I'm looking for it. And I said, well, Father, where is it? And he turned me around, where my head turned around and looked right. My eyes went right on the trash can. It was like beside another trash can that we would not even thought to look over there, because it was either behind or either on the side. He took my eyes right to it, right to it. You want to be in a position to want to hear the Most High. When he say stand still, you stand still. When he say, go, he said, stay, whatever you want to, follow that. When he sent me home because robbers were going to rob my house, he sent me home. I got in the yard 3 minutes before the robbers came. And then after they passed by, he told me, and they drove back by, he told me that they were about to rob me. They were about to rob me. He sent me home. His spirit was on me all that day. I was visiting some family 3 hours away. And the next morning I woke up. I felt led to go home. But it wasn't on me that strong until about 6 p.m. And I told my daughter, let's go. And we left. And when we left, we got in the yard about 3 minutes before the robbers came. Okay. And to even add more understanding to it, when we walked into the back door where the garage is at, the alarm had sound funny. So I went walking in and he led me to go to the right. And when I got to the right, it ended up at the front door. The door was wide open. The day before when we left, the wind was very windy. And when we closed it, we didn't close the door. We locked the door, but we didn't close it all the way. So these people were coming to rob me. And it was going about 10 o'clock at night, right? Live on a quiet street, everybody to themselves, basically. But someone evidently saw it early that day and they're like, well, we can't go there, but she's not home. How would they know I'm not home? Was the door open all day or whatnot? I'm not sure. But he led me home. I got in the yard 3 minutes before they came. You understand? 3 hours away. And I didn't leave that morning when he first was leading me to come home. It got stronger. It's like he gave me the ability, gave me where he got stronger, that spirit, as far as leading me go. And at that last point, it got about 6 o'clock. It was like, about 6, whatever. It was like, go. And then I just told my daughter, I said, we got to go. And we left. And normally when I go to visit my family, I'm there for 3 or 4 days. And for me to leave that next morning, that next day, it was hard. Yeah, I got to understand that. It didn't have nothing to do with me. It was all about the Most High. But then I got it when I got there, So, family, again, wait on the Most High. Seek his face. Let him lead you and guide you to hear his voice. Let him lead and guide you. Get to know your Creator so you will know his voice. You understand? You will know his voice. He will lead you and guide you. And there was one more that just surfaced. Well, I thought I had one more because one other one had surfaced, but it's not here yet. So I'm pretty sure I'll share it in other testimonies. But you want to know your Father's voice? Oh yes, okay. Thanks, Father. When it was snowing and I was working in this call center, and about 8 of us were at the front door, and they say y'all can go home because the roads are getting really bad. So I turned back around and say, well, hold up. And they were like, oh, we'll wait on you. So I went to go back to use the restroom, and I came back. Nobody was at the front door, nor anybody was in the drive in the parking lot. So I started to panic because I hate driving in the snow, right, and ice. So when I got out, to the road where either I can make a left or a right, I saw all the tire tracks going to the left. But Father led me to go to the right. And I went. And I had a whole interstate to myself, basically. And I got home like in 15, 20 minutes. And the people who went to the left, who left me, they got home anywhere between 4 to 6 hours. They were stuck in the snow. And they were like, what? You home sitting in front of a fireplace and drinking some tea? I said, yes. So seek the Most High, family, for all things. And let him lead and guide you. Let him lead and guide you. Don't make a move. Don't leave. Don't do nothing until he say. Don't even, wherever you go, let him lead you. On the YouTube, there was a night that I was, seeking the Most High. I didn't understand where I was in the wilderness, no money. I wasn't seeing anything. That was at the beginning. And he led me to go on YouTube and count 4 videos down from my phone. And that led me to the brothers. They, what's their name? Their honor and glory. No, honor and humility. STL or something, out of St. Louis, I want to say. And I can't remember his name. I don't know the one, but he have dreads. And he was teaching on the wilderness. Father led me there. Told me to go on YouTube and count 4 videos down. And that video was being in the wilderness, understanding what I was going through. Because I was like, I was just at the beginning of, and not seeing no money when I was used to spending, just $1,000 a month on just eating out. That wasn't my bills. That wasn't me shopping. That wasn't me traveling. I was and not seeing no money. Oh, so Father was letting me know I was in a spiritual wilderness. I had to go and I had to be stripped of all, those things. And for me to get to a place to trust in him 100+%. Oh, yeah. So seek the Most High. He'll lead you. He'll guide you what he wants you to do and where he wants you to go. Blessings, family. Shalom.